I give a lot of credit to Mark Stoops and his program, his team. What he's done here to create this kind of atmosphere and to have a game of this magnitude in Lexington, Kentucky says that the SEC is a tough place to play and some good coaches in this league. And I've gotten to know Mark over the years, and this group of seniors he has is really tremendous, and they play really hard. Our kids continue to be resilient. I will say again, as I said many times, we are a work in progress. We make things extremely difficult at times. But they just keep playing, and they keep playing physical. A lot of credit goes to our offensive line today. To rush for 331 yards against anybody in the SEC is pretty tremendous. And our backs and tight ends did a big part of that, as well as the receivers blocking. Defensively, we felt like we had to stop the run early. We did that. Probably didn't finish the game like we wanted to and got a little conservative, but give them credit, they made some plays. But our kids played hard. We played really hard on special teams. Special teams are always a big part of the game, but when you lose players within a game and you're able to answer the bell and put other guys in, and Trey Hill grew up today, Kendall Baker played a lot. We continue to plug and play guys, and it's shown that the depth is critical to our success on the offensive line.
Kirby, I know some people might have viewed this as an afterthought, but what does it mean to you to win another SEC East?
It's huge. It's not been easy. It's never easy. People, I think, sometimes get spoiled when you win, and these are good programs. These are good teams, and I give our kids a lot of credit because their backs were against the wall kind of 2 weeks in a row, and they came out fighting, came out scratching and clawing. I thought the play by Miko to start the punt return was a huge momentum play in the game and set the tone for the rest of the game.
I'm really interested in Trey Hill, obviously, other than the high snap. It looked like you guys didn't lose a beat in the run game, and it seemed like the emphasis on this game period was like we're going to establish the run, and we were able to do that.
Yeah, we always want to establish the run. I think every team wants to establish the run, and sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. We didn't know how well we'd be able to block them. They're massive up front. They're really big. They got good outside backers, but we were able to lean on them. I thought the backs really ran well. Trey, I mean, to be honest with you, there was times this year in fall camp we thought Trey might be a starter. At least I did. And we kind of tossed the idea around a lot of times, but he's just continued to work. A lot of these freshmen that are on our team, they're highly regarded, talented players. They just keep working, and they take on their roles, just like Justin, just like all the other guys. Adam Anderson played more tonight. Channing Tindall played. Otis Reese played. I mean, these guys are taking on their roles and they're growing as players. But Trey did that. The unique thing about Trey is he took snaps at defensive line this week, so he ends up playing all offensive line.
Swift and Floyd Field both had career highs tonight. Just what's the biggest way in which each of those guys has kind of grown out there over the course of the season?
They've always been good players, guys. I mean, I'm not going to say the maturation that they played better tonight because they played before. They had good open holes. They ran hard. Receivers blocked well. They continue to run hard. They're very confident in the group in front of them. I thought Coach Channing had a good plan against what was a really good defense. I mean, teams struggle to score against them mainly because of their experience. They have veterans in the back end. They don't make a lot of mistakes. So you got to grind out points, and we grind them out. We grind out a lot of threes where we should be scoring touchdowns.
So you know Swift was going to be that explosive today. I know he's been slowed a little bit by some different things.
I mean, Swift's always explosive to me. He broke out some runs that maybe they misfit, and the runs that were usually 15, 20 went for longer, obviously. But it's not like we don't see him do that a lot in practice.
Kirby, you had to get around Josh Allen. He's given all kinds of recognition this year. Talk about the challenge it was to go against him and to neutralize and get around him.
I really thought our kids had a chip on their shoulder. Andrew Thomas, he plays his best when he plays the best. And Andrew loves that challenge. Isaiah's the same way. I can't sit here and tell you who he matched up on more. I just can tell you that those guys get a chip on their shoulder when they get a chance to go against the leading sack guy in the SEC, and they take pride in that. And our offensive line has a lot of pride in protecting the quarterback, and I thought they did a good job of doing that today.
After their field goal drive, did you feel the momentum flip when you guys marched down? I think like 15-play drive, everybody touched the ball. Was that you can't script the drive much better than that in response. Would that be what you said?
Well, you said it. I wouldn't say I said it, but I think there was a lot of momentum plays in the game. We kept bouncing back, and I thought one of the momentum plays of the game was the fumble right before the half, but trying to not let that deflate us because we had run the ball well. When you look at it, you got 2 turnovers. I don't know if they were both in the red area, but they were high red or right on the margin where we feel like we could get points. And that's what's frustrating is how can we clean this up? How can we clean up the goal line situations? Because those are going to come back to haunt you if you don't clean those up. And that's what we got to get better at.
Kirby, a lot of people will look at the score and say this game wasn't that difficult to win, but the score is not always indicative of how challenging a game is. Speak to that point in regards to how challenging this game was in spite of what the score is.
Yeah, every game's challenging to me. I mean, look, the game's within reach all the time. I mean, there were times there that we could have separated. I mean, 28-10, and we got a chance to separate, and something happens. I mean, there's several things, but they kept fighting, kept battling. They got an explosive offense.
In terms of the defense, I mean, Jonathan just talked about, you know, how they had heard all the noise about Benny Snell and Kentucky's offense, and just like in terms of the success in stopping the run, I mean, how does that make you feel as a coach after having the concerns about it every week?
I'm happy for them. It's not for me, it's for them. I mean, they're the ones that put the work in. They sweat, they do all the hitting, they go against everybody, they get called out all the time. Can't stop the run, can't do this. I love it. I mean, it's motivation for our players. So they did a good job. We still had some holes in the run game. I mean, they ran the ball not as, I mean, I was happy with our run defense, but we still didn't stop the run at the level we need to be a better team, and we got to continue to grow. Ledbetter leads that group. He takes a personal challenge to lead them each week, and we keep getting guys better at that position. We're just running out of men at that position.
Kirby, I know you said you were still a work in progress, but you finished last week's game really strong, and you played well today, obviously. Do you think you guys could be sort of ascending at the right time?
I think we're getting better. Ascending is a strong word. We're getting better. We've just got so many things to get better at. I mean, I hate to say it, but we left opportunities out there in this game. And I know you're never going to play a perfect game. I just wish we could play a cleaner game. And we've got some guys that got to grow up. You know, defensively, we're in a tough situation where we've got some young, good players that are still learning. And we said this game, because of the athleticism of the quarterback, we got to put them out there. And I thought Channing and Adam answered the bell. We got to get those guys ready to play. They're fast. And we got to continue to get Otis and some of those young players better, like Jordan's done.
How are Lamont and Nicole? Are there any other injuries?
I think Nicole's going to be fine. He probably could have came back. I don't know on Lamont. It was like a hyperextended knee. We don't know. We're going to see if he swells tomorrow, see what's going on with him. But, I mean, he could walk. He just couldn't bear a lot of weight. So, once again, we'll have to figure out the best grouping.
You mentioned UK leaning on experience. Do you think this is a situation you could see them, the next couple of years, they sustain it and you're all kind of fighting back and forth again for the East, or is it?
I always could say that. I think they've got a great coaching staff. I got a lot of respect for Eddie Grant. He's one of the most physical offensive coordinators in the league. He believes in running the ball and being tough and physical. Their defensive coordinator does a tremendous job. If they continue to recruit at a high level, they'll do well. They get a lot of really good football players in here out of Ohio.
What was the Cade Mays injury, and also if you could talk about the decision to play Justin Fields, critical opportunities for a young guy that hasn't been on the road much?
Well, with Cade, he got a burner stinger and waiting for strength to come back. He's had it before, but ended up, I don't think never reinserted, but probably will be okay. But Justin, I told our guys that here's a guy that didn't play a snap last week. You didn't see anything out of him. All he did was come out and work this week. I thought he had his best practice of the year on Tuesday, and he had a good practice on Wednesday. And I told him, I said, man, this guy's practicing, buying in. He's positive, cheering on the sideline, and he goes in and plays well. I wish we could get to the point where we could play him a little more because he's getting better. And he does good things, and he doesn't have to just run the ball. Those situations today dictated that, and he did a great job doing it.
Is Jordan Davis playing better than you thought he would when y'all came into the year? It seems like he's really come on these last.
Yeah, I can't say today. I would love to watch him, but yes, he's playing better, at least through the Florida game, than I ever thought. I mean, I didn't know the guy would play. And a lot of our coaches on our staff said, don't give up on this guy yet. Let's travel him. Let's take him. We didn't take him early on, and that's probably a mistake because he didn't grow until we just said, you got to play him. We played him in some mop-up duty early in the season, but I didn't see this until he lost some weight. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I hadn't seen the tape, but he's been playing well.
You said Ledbetter is kind of the leader of the is he,
Defensive line, definitely.
defensive line, his arc and his time with you in the last 3 years specifically? Watch that.
Well, my time with him started about 10th grade. He committed to Alabama with me and then broke off and came to Georgia. So he and I have had a long-standing relationship. I know his brother well. I know his parents well. And we all know what he's been through at the University of Georgia. And you know what the guy does? He sells out for Georgia. He goes out to practice every day, and he plays really hard. He goes in the game, and he plays really hard and really physical. He's bought in to helping his team, and he's not afraid to stand up and confront and demand in that D-line room, which is what we need.
Kirby, you said this winning the East has not been easy. How does it compare to winning it last year?
I don't know. I felt like last year it was easier, maybe with the experience we had, the veteran kids we had. You know, the games seemed a little easier. It's been a tough road because you can make it about expectations, which nobody at Georgia runs from them. You can make it about maybe the other team's getting better around us, which is going to happen. And we're a young team, and we got some good seniors, but for the most part, when you look out there and you do walkthroughs and you do these meetings and you see freshmen and sophomores, it's not exactly heartwarming to know they're going to go into an environment they haven't played in, and they got to grow up and play.
But does that speak to the upside this team has?
I think it does. I just want the upside to come about faster. I just want to get better faster, and I want them to grow faster. And playing these young guys is going to have to pay off for us in the long run.
Talk about playing those young guys, but Channing and Brenton both had huge plays very early in this game, a couple of sacks. I mean, what does it do for a player like that to make those kind of plays in game situations?
Builds confidence. I mean, Channing Tindall needs confidence. I'm telling you, the guy's fast, he's athletic. He just needs confidence. He's been playing well on special teams. Same thing with Adam Anderson. He's got to gain some weight. He's got to get bigger. But Otis is a big physical guy that has a presence. There's just a lot of young players. But look, guys, there's guys all over that field. Jason Stanley today makes plays, and all he's done is contribute to special teams. Jason Stanley makes a huge play in the game. Justin Fields, huge play in the game. I mean, I can't go over and over and over the guys that maybe didn't play a role last week that had a huge role in this game. Trey Hill, I mean, it's just they buy into the team effort. When you buy into team and you believe in Georgia, it makes you successful.
DeAndre and Elijah both go over 100 yards. How do their two styles kind of complement each other?
I don't think there's a whole lot of difference in their styles. I mean, I know one's a slasher, one's a bruiser, but they're both really good vision, good backs. They run hard. Best thing they do is protect the ball with good ball security. We got to continue to do that.
2 more questions? You had 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores out there on the offensive line at one point. Any nervousness about that?
3 freshmen. Isaiah, you're counting, or?
I'm counting Isaiah as a
redshirt freshman. And then Cade, then Trey, and then the 2 sophomores, Andrew and
Solomon, redshirt sophomore.
Crazy. They play hard. They continue to compete. The good thing is we need more guys like that because we've got a little hole in our offensive line in the older group. The younger group is talented, but we have to go out and recruit well because we know what's coming. I mean, some of these guys are really good players. Who knows what's going to happen next year? We got to find tackles, and these guys get to play. I mean, it's probably the most injured position in our conference as far as bumps, bruises, things. You're going to get to plug and play. And Sam's done a great job of having Kendall Baker ready to all play all his positions. I mean, Ben Cleveland still not back yet, not ready to go, but here's a guy that's going to be able to help us when he gets back healthy. So it makes me nervous they're out there, but I also like having good players out there.
You know you're going to Atlanta. Any concerns about you got another one to play, a big game with Auburn, a rival game?
When Auburn, when it comes to Auburn, you know how that goes. I mean, they don't like us, and we get it. And they got a really good football team. And we'll be at home, and our guys, you know, we respect Auburn. They got a good football team. I mean, they did a hell of a job today coming back and winning. So we know that we'll be in for a big game.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.